Hello and welcome to another edition of Random Retro Collections. Just recently done a video, you might have just seen it, unboxing and receiving a new Black Major, and as mentioned I wanted to then lead to sharing my collection of Red Shadow figures. Something I have done before, but unfortunately after breaking my phone I lost the footage. So it's a good opportunity with me getting this new Black Major to do it again. Not a bad thing, because again, since that original video, I've added a few more to the collection, so it'll be interesting to see. So enough yapping, let's just get straight into it. So firstly, an early Baron Ironblood even. So as you can see, this one, he has black gloves with flat hands. So there is a difference, and you will see when I'm pointing them out, difference in the moulds of some of these figures, especially on the Baron and especially on the Black Major. So you have flat and moulded hands. Also with the Baron you've got a difference with his gloves, so you've got black gloves and on some you've got white gloves. However, this is a tri-bubble, it's a Star Wars tri-bubble because of the feet at the bottom. It's an early release because it's got the free Action Force comic inside, Battle Tiger and Eagle. Let's have a look at the back. Again, we know it's an early release because it's got the original picture of the original releases, and we've got the Commander figure with the Leicester offer on the left. A lot of these actually came with the offer on the right. You'll see the difference in some of the card backs later. I'll show them all later. So straight off the bat we've got a black gloved Baron Ironblood in a tri-bubble with Star Wars feet. Now when you're a collector like myself, you probably it's difficult to keep a track of what you've got, and when I got these out to see what figures I have and obviously share it and add the Black Major into it, I realised I've already got one of these. Now in my notes I did put that this was a Birmingham release, which is why I picked up the Leicester, because in my notes I thought I had a Birmingham, but just a mistake there. So you can see I've got a duplicate there. The one in the case is in slightly better condition. I do prefer this one in here because he's looking straight at you. Obviously that one is looking to his left, but you know it's condition more than anything. So I'm keeping that one. This one's obviously going to be used for trade bait. So keep your eyes out, people. There's a black glove, flat glove, Baron Ironblood coming your way soon. So leading to the next figure, what have we got? We've got another Baron Ironblood. But again, this guy's got white hands. Now these are probably more the moulded hands, if you have a good look at them. And if you look at the Baron, he's also looking to the left as well. There might be a bit of a theme of this. Anyhow, it's later release. It's a round tri-bubble, no feet on the bottom, a bit yellow in. These ones did yellow, there's not that much you can do. No matter how many I've seen of this particular one, the bubbles are nearly always yellow. It's unpunched, it's on the lookout for the exciting Action Force comic on sale. And what we've got on the back, we've got a free Commander figure with Leicester on the right. Now, if you do look here, you will see there's a little mark there saying HZ. Now, I didn't know at the time, and I did have another variant of this, and it didn't have the HZ. You might have heard this story. I ended up selling it to another collector, and I asked why, what was so specific, and it was then that they told me that it had the flat hands. I didn't know about it at the time. I was gutted because I didn't have it as part of my collection, but I honoured the sale. I wouldn't have known about it if he hadn't told me. Frustrating, and I'm still looking out for one, but at that time I honoured that sale. So I didn't flip this over, let's flip him over. So that's that. Leading on to the next, what have we got next? Well, we have another Baron Ironblood. And you'll see he's got flat hands. It is the same. Look out for the exciting Action Force comic on sale. It's in a round tri-bubble. Now you'll be thinking, you've just said that you don't have one with flat hands on that same card. Well, technically I don't, because this one has the Han Solo blaster in it. So this was an anomaly, a variant, and you'll see this is the blue Han Solo blaster. Yeah, I don't know how this happened. There is stories behind it. I don't know everything, but this is quite a special one to have. This is a variant, a rare one, a more expensive one. The card is a bit sun damaged. There's a line down it where someone's probably had it on display. There's a bit of sun damage across there. Bubble is a bit crushed, but it's a flat-handed, white-gloved Baron Ironblood with a Han Solo, blue Han Solo blaster. So I'm happy as a pig in poo. As you can see on the back, this is an earlier version because it's got the Birmingham offer of the commander there. So again, you can see from those three, although those are all early English cards, we've got a free commander figure, Leicester on the left, a free commander figure, Leicester on the right with the HC, a free commander figure with Birmingham on the right with the incorrect weapon. Moving on next, what we got, a French Baron. I was lucky enough to get a job lot of these from someone in France, bought quite a few. Didn't get a discount on the figures, but because of that I got a good discount on the postage, which made it very feasible. But what have we got? It's a round tri-bubble, no feet. It's a white-gloved, flat-handed Baron. He's got his normal weapon. It's got the Baron. Definitely French. We've said before my language ain't great, but I can manage that. Again, the French variant of the logo details there. On the back, we do have the commander figure. It's on the right, in obviously a foreign language. I'm not going to go there. I mean, no, it's an early variation of the figure because of the pictures of the different vehicles, etc. So that's that. What we've got next, we've got another Baron, Le Baron, Baron Stalhard. It could be Dutch, I'm not sure. I need to learn more about the languages, but I know it's a different variation purely because of the names up there and also because of the sticker there. So we've got a white glove, moulded hands, and again he's looking to the left. That's a theme. I think that's 3 of them now, where they're looking to the left. I wonder if that was a production issue. Again, bubble's a bit dented, but to get all these different variations, you can't always get them in perfect condition, especially when you're on a budget like me, and especially when you're collecting so many. So happy to get that in the condition it's in. This is a later release. How do we know? It's got the different figures. This is the second series range of the early Action Forces figures. So there was the first releases, which is obviously the Jungle Fighters, Q-Force, Jungle Fighters, Deep Sea Diver, SAS, Frogman, all of that. Then the second release of figures was the Z-Force, Q-Force, SAS Force. But then there was a second wave of the second release where they then added the Sea Skimmer, Medic, Minesweeper, Kraken, blah, blah, blah. And we know this is that range because it's got that picture and it's got a Skeletron offer. If you want to know a bit more about it, have a look at some of my other videos. I do waffle on a lot, and I don't really want to be repeating myself, but there we go. And what do we have here? We've got another Le Baron. Now, you will notice it's exactly the same. And I do normally explain and justify why I've got it, because there's differences and anomalies in the packaging. On this one, there's none. There is no differences. It is the same figure, the same release, the same card back. What happened, my reasoning, and again, you can argue my... No. I was going to say maybe I found a new valid reason there, because one's flat hands and one's moulded hands, but it's not the case. The only reason is I couldn't decide between which one to keep, because one's got a slightly better bubble, the other one's a little bit better on the card. Eventually, the only reason that I kept it is one's saluting, one isn't. Simple as that. There is no other reason other than that. But again, look, they're both looking to the left. That is really weird. So I'm going to flip them back over to so we can see the backs, but then I'll flip them back later so we can see all the figures facing the same way, and obviously look at that, the fact that they're all looking to the left. What we got? Another Baron, Baron Ironblood, Baron Ironblood. Now again, we've got a round tri-bubble, bit knackered, bit dented. We've got another Han Solo blaster, but on this one, the Han Solo blaster is black. So again, we've got another foreign release with an inaccurate, incorrect weapon. Card's not the best card, it's all sun faded, but again, to get a figure, and even the figure, look at the figure's really yellow, but to get a figure on this card back with this weapon in, I'm happy with that condition. So there we go. And this one's got white gloves, flat hands. It's got flat hands there, you can see, distinctly see the difference. What we've got on the back, Skeletron offer, second range, but because it's a dual language, we've got a dual language offer on the Skeletron, so it's a slightly smaller image there. Moving on next, this is probably, in an ironic way, one of my favourite Barons. It's another foreign Baron, Baron Stalhart. Is it the same as that one? Nope. Is it the same as that one? Yeah. So it's the same release as that one. I should have put these next to each other. What's the difference? Well, this one's the first one that's actually looking to his right, so there's a difference. Much better condition figure, round bubble, round shroud bubble, unpunched, nice card. Main difference, it's got the blue Uzi. So that blue Uzi should have come with the Space Pilot or Space Commander or Space Security or Space... well, quite a few of the space figures. I can't remember which ones, but when I saw this for sale, I really wanted it. Price was way out of my price range at the time, but I kept my eye on it for like over a year. And then in the end, I did pull the trigger. I did get it a little bit cheaper. I think I said to the guy, look, I can see it's been there for a long time, you're not selling it, and got it much cheaper. And I think actually it was the same guy that I got the French Barons from. So happy with this one. Again, it's another unpunched, lovely card. Bubbles fair enough. Flat hand Ironblood with a variant blue Uzi. Now I do believe people have told me that there's variations in the mask as well, but I don't know enough about it, if I'm being honest. I haven't really studied it enough or looked at them enough. To me, I'm just going for the kind of obvious differences, but yeah, maybe that's another time for another video. And on the back you can see later range, bigger Skeletron offer, similar to that one. In fact, it is similar because it's the same one. And then this is the final Baron, and this again was something I got not too long ago, and this is the actual German version of the Baron. I said that was probably one of my favourites. This probably is actually. So first and foremost, card's a bit wavy, punched, 3 different variants of the names, but this is the D-Terror band. So you'll see we've got this lightning strike rather than the skull, and you'll notice on the Baron he doesn't have a skull on his jersey. This is because these were sold in Germany, and obviously they were a bit sensitive with the kind of toys that were for sale, and I believe having a skull and crossbones was a bit too close to the bone in regard to things that went on in the Second World War. But to call them D-Terror band is probably just as bad, if not worse. So figure's different in a couple of ways. So it's a white gloved, flat-handed figure, no logo on his chest. So if any of you ever found loose figures like that in the wild, it is meant to be like that. Now I've mentioned about the mask being different. The other ones might have slight differences that you need to look at, but this is distinctly different. I think it's like a real type of thin, clothy type of material. It's certainly not the thicker, more detailed mask of these other European releases. So again, if you look, I don't know how well this is zooming in or not, or if it's blurred because I'm not looking at the screen. But yeah, there is distinct differences on there, and his weapon's distinctly different as well. So this is the German release, and that back is very different to the other backs. I've never noticed that before. So when you look at that back, it's what would be a first wave. Of course it's going to be different because they're different figures with different logos. So they wouldn't have been able to use the original picture, and they don't have the tank. I wonder if there was reasons they weren't allowed to have the tank. Sorry, just realised it's not even in view for you. Yeah, so obviously they had to do their own picture because rather than having the Z Force, the Q Force and all of those logos, they've got the different SAT, ATT, D-Terror band, all of that. But if you look there, they don't have the tank or the laser cannon. or the mobile missile. They don't seem to have, I was going to say weapons, but yeah, the major ones. Unusual, didn't realise that. There you go, you learn something new every day. So there, as you can see, try and flip all of these over. So obviously I was trying to show the backs for the different reasons. I don't think I'm going to try and do this again. This is too much of a pain in the ass. So there we go, all the different barons that I have. 9 ain't bad. You could say 10, but that one's going. So there we have the range of barons. I guess I could just do a video on each bloody figure, to be honest. God knows how long this one's going to be. So, moving on from the Baron, what do we have next? Well, if you know your alphabet, Black Major. So this is an early Black Major, not a bad card. It's flat hands. It's a Star Wars tri-bubble with the feet. It's a free action force comic inside Battle Tiger and Eagle. Flip it over, early release, commander figure Lester on the left. We know about those details there. So I'm not going to go into too much details, I'm just going to point out the obvious and show the figures more than anything. So early Black Major, free action force comic sticker, Star Wars tri-bubble. What we got next? Another Black Major. This is the Look Out for New Battle Action Force comic on sale. Not the best condition, a bit of a rip there. Bubble's obviously a bit damaged. Even looks like it's been coming off a bit there. It is a Star Wars tri-bubble. It is black flat hands. And as I say, look out for the new Battle Action Force comic on sale. It is punched as well. What we've got on the back. Free commander figure Lester on the back. So that's the same. What we got next, we've got another Black Major. Flat hands, Star Wars tri-bubble, same sticker as previous one. Big sticker on there. I'm not going to even try and remove that, it'd just probably ruin it. Flip it over. We've got the commander figure on the right now with a Lester offer. So we know it was actually the same as that one. The same bubble. But on the back of the card, one's Lester on the left, one's Lester on the right. We have another one which is again the same new battle act. Look out for the new battle action. Is it the same? Yeah, it is. Look out for the new Battle Action Force comic on sale now. A bit damage on the side of the card there. The main difference between the others and this one, it's a round tri-bubble. So if you look there, it doesn't have the feet on the bottom. Okay. And it's got the commander figure and Lester. We then have another UK variation of the Look Out for the New Exciting Action Force comic on sale. Again, we've got flat hands, we've got his gun, we've got his map. It's unpunched, lovely card this one, lovely bubble as well. And then what have we got on the back? We've got the commander figure and Lester on the back. We then have the Look Out for the New Exciting Action Force comic on sale. Same card as that one, but we've got a single bubble end of release figure. You'll see it doesn't have any weapons or anything. So there's no weapons, no map, anything included. Flat hands, what we've got on the back, well it should be the same as the other one. No, it's not. So although this is the same card, Look Out for the New Action Force comic on sale, we have on the back of that one, Lester with a HZ. So that would mean then that you get another one of these that doesn't have the HZ and will have the round hands. So that's the Lester with the HZ. And then we have this one, which is Birmingham on the right. So again, if you've seen my videos before, you'll have seen me ranting on about this difference between Lester and Birmingham. You're actually seeing it in fruition now. If you've just seen my last upload, this is the latest version I've just bought of this Black Major. This is the latest addition to my collection. So again, it's the look out for the exciting Action Force comic on sale, single round bubble, end of line error, but you'll see he does have his weapons and they're in a baggie. You'll see something else that I've got later which will make me think that there's another variant of this that's available. Mind you, there's probably tons of errors and variants I'm not aware of. And we've got a Commander Birmingham on the right. We then have another one, a collect them all collectional tuity. So we've seen these releases before. Lovely card, unpunched, round tri-bubble, no feet. He's got his map there, he's got his weapon there, and again we've got flat hands. Have I had a rounded hand one yet? I'm not sure. We then have another one, again not the best condition for this one. It's quite damaged around the edges, it is just holding on for dear life. It's a Star Wars tri-bubble with feet. Zverti Major, Le Major Noir, I don't know what variation this one is, but again we've seen this language. Got everything included, flat hands, unpunched. What we got on the back, got the commander figure on the right. I'm just going to put that one there. And then we've got this variation. So this is Le Major Noir, Zverti Major. The other one was Zverti Major, Le Major Noir. Now, one thing about this one, and I'm not sure if it's intentional, but if you look at his map, and I'm going to try and zoom in, I'm not sure if I can, or if you can make it out. See the map? It's got the SATT, or is it the ATT logo, which would be for the German release. Now, maybe this is a German release, I'm not sure, but I don't know why on that map it shows that logo. Does it show it on the other ones? I don't know, because I haven't opened them. But I found that quite unique and unusual. Who knows? I could just be reaching, not like me. Not like I've done it before. But there we go, there's my Black Mages. What we've got, Skeletron on the left. And again, I've seen this before. There, it would normally say made in Macau. But on quite a lot, they've blacked it out. And then it says there, Fabrique en Angleterre, which is obviously made in England. So I don't know what's happened there. I've seen that across quite a few figures. And yeah, guess what? If I've got both versions, I keep both versions. But other people might know why this has happened. I don't. But again, it's just something to look out if you're looking for all of these different variations and anomalies. Now, sorry, I was just trying to move the Baron Ironbloods out the way. So there we've got my Black Mages. And as you can see, I've got 10 of them. So that's probably one of the figures that I have the most of across all ranges, not just the Red Shadows. But can you see where I kind of love finding these differences and anomalies and things? So what have we got next? If you know your alphabet, we are going to K. The Kraken. Quite a rare figure to get this, quite expensive. Got this one, I think I got this one quite a long time ago. So we'll talk about this one. So just punched, Kraken, Cracker. Again, we know this is the foreign releases. Quite often with these foreign ones, we know it was the second series, and we know why, because of the display on the back. Bubble's a bit battered. I would like to upgrade it, but I'm not going to spend a fortune upgrading this one. Having this one alone is quite a good thing. I'm happy with that. So it's a joined tri-bubble again, and I've just noticed this difference recently. Some of the figures I've got on, it's got the single bubble, another single bubble, another single bubble, which I classed as tri. Like that one. And then there's this one that's got the kind of two of them moulded into one. Now I have realised that there's some figures recently where I've got a variant with the single, and a variant with the kind of moulded. So I'm going to be keeping my eye out for more of them recently, so it's something to watch this space. But great figure, got his net, got his trident. So that's that. And the back, Skeletron. There we go, we've got another one, look, where it's blacked out. It would have said made in Macau. Okay. And of this one I purchased recently. So what I have noticed is the second range of figures, there was always 2 releases and only 2 releases. So with all of the other figures, you can see the multiple different releases with the different stickers, the different bubbles and things like that. So what I have noticed is, as I say, with Minesweeper, with the Medic, with the Sea Skimmer, with the Kraken, and with the Space Force Engineer, there's only ever these 2 releases. So there's that one, Collection Letters Versamel Zialinal, and then this one, Collect Them All, Collection Tuity. But as you can see, this one's got the same bubble, just in much better condition. And it's unpunched, so that's great. So to get both of these versions is quite good. And that one's blacked out as well. But on that one it says made in UK. Now with this has got pencil there, and I know that this came from the collection of Barry Butcher. I don't know if anybody got any of his figures. Massive toy collector, and he had some amazing items, and this came from his, and I know because of that writing there, he wrote in a few of them. So again, just to have a look at the back of these, both blacked out. So now I'm making this video and talking about it, that is kind of telling me that there's going to be another 2 of these somewhere where they are blacked out. But both Skeletron off air, both on the left side. So moving on to the next one. Muton. Muton or Muton? I've heard somebody else doing a video and they've been calling it Muton. I've always called it Muton, but that's a different debate altogether. So this is one of the earliest ones I'm aware of, unless I'm mistaken. If I am, please someone correct me, which has got the free Action Force comic inside Battle Tiger and Eagle detail there. It is punched, card's not the greatest. It is an early Star Wars tri-bubble with feet on the bottom, a little bit dented, but this is quite a rare one to get, quite happy to get it. What we've got on the back, free Commander figure, Lester. We've got another Muton, again, Star Wars tri-bubble, feet on the bottom, punched, free Action Force comic inside Battle Tiger and Eagle. What we've got on the back, Commander figure on the left with Lester. So that is a nice bubble, to be fair. That is a really conditioned bubble, good condition bubble. Happy with that one. We then have another Muton. Bit sun damaged, but again we've got a tri-bubble, Star Wars feet. Look out for the new Battle Action Force comic on sale now. It's not the same, is it? No, that's a different one. And what we've got on the back, got the Commander figure, Lester. It's the same as the other one, but a different sticker. Which leads to another one with the look out for the new Battle Action Force comic on sale now. But we've got a Star Wars tri-bubble, and now we've got a round tri-bubble with no details, with no feet, sorry, should I say. So again, it's just all these small differences that I keep noticing and wanting to have the different variations. And then we've got on the back, Commander figure on the right side with Lester. Another Muton. This is the latest UK, the last UK version that I'm aware of. Again, with these ones, the bubbles did often come yellow. It's punched, round tri-bubble, no feet, good condition bubble. What we've got on the back, we've got Birmingham on the right. Again, we've got another Muton. Look out for the exciting Action Force comic on sale. So it's exactly the same as the previous one. Card's in better condition and it's unpunched. Bubbles a bit more yellower, but what's the difference? You're probably going to know. Flip it over. We've got a Lester on the right. And a HZ again there, I've mentioned that before. So I think that's like a bit of a difference where it was made and the moulds, and maybe also the plastic that was used. But I'm not going down that path, I don't know enough about it. Next, another Muton. Again, this is going to be that second release, we know, because of that bubble, round tri-bubble, lovely clear bubble, lovely card, unpunched. And as we can see, it is Skeletron offer on the left there. And again, exactly what I've been talking about, the second release. We know it's going to be the same back as the other one. Nice bubble, bit dented at the bottom, but it's the Muton. Flip him over. There we go. Same release, larger Skeletron bubble there. So I believe that is all the Muton or Muton or whatever the hell you want to call it. Let's get them out of the way. Yeah, maybe I should have done a video for each figure rather than this. I don't know how long it's been so far, and if you're still with me, thank you for keeping in with me. Moving on now, great little figure, the Red Shadow figure, Trooper figure. Firstly, this one is in a Star Wars tri-bubble with feet on the bottom. It is a round tri-bubble separate, but we've got black gloves on this fella. So this is what would have been the Vulture that would have gone with the Red Laser Exterminator. But in the early releases, which is this card, they did come with black gloves. In the back, we've got the Commander figure on the left, Lester Offer. We have another Red Shadow, same bubble, Star Wars feet tri-bubble, but as you can see, he's got red gloves. Same sticker, Free Action Force comic inside, Battle Tiger and Eagle, punched. And we've got the same back with the Commander Lester on the left. We then have another UK Red Shadow, the Look Out for the Exciting Action Force comic on sale. Round tri-bubble, standard tri-bubble, no feet on the bottom, yellowing again, as I've said. This particular release, there's something about this plastic they used, it was prone to yellowing. Does hold its shape well, to be fair though. It is quite strong, but it just does yellow a lot. Unpunched, nice card back. What we've got on the back, Commander figure on the right with Lester Offer, and again we've got the H said, so there is some significance about that. What it is, I don't know. Moving on, what do we have next? We have this absolute beauty. This definitely came from the Barry Butcher collection, if I remember correctly. So it's a single bubble Red Shadow, on the lookout for the Exciting Action Force comic. Punched, great condition, but this is really rare because the weapons come in a baggie. So similar to the Black Major, which I recently got, end of line release with the weapons in a bag there. Flip him over, the Commander figure, Birmingham on the right. And then we have another single bubble Red Shadow with the weapons loose. So this is what I was kind of alluding to earlier on when I said about the Black Major, because if you remember now, I've got a Black Major in a single bubble with no weapons, Black Major in a single bubble with weapons in a baggie. I've got a Red Shadow with single bubble, weapons in a baggie, and a Red Shadow with weapons, single bubble, loose. So theoretically, I'm guessing that I might be able to get a Black Major, single bubble, weapons loose, but we'll see. But yeah, great one for there. And on the back it's a Birmingham offer, so it's the same single bubble, single back as the other one. Which then leads us to the foreign release Red Shadow Umber roster. Single tri-bubbles, as you can see, no Star Wars feet, not joined. Got his weapons. We know from this bubble, from what I've said earlier on, it's going to be the second wave with Skeletron offer on the back. And then we're going to go to the other second release, the European release, Ombre Rouge, Road of Shadowr, I don't know. Tri-bubble, no feet, not too bad condition, unpunched, and we know from flipping it over, it's going to be the Skeletron offer. I think I've said in a different video, there is a collector out there that I'm aware of that is just focusing purely on Red Shadows, and I believe I said before he's got 18 of them. So if you think I've got now 2, 4, 6, 7, I've got 10 majors. I've got a long way to go. And if you think I'm going to be doing that for every figure, I probably am. It's not intentional, but if I see them for a reasonable price and I know that it's something I haven't got, whoops, just drop that one, then it is likely that I'm going to want to add it to my collection. So, moving on then from the red shadow, and as we just mentioned then, on that red shadow, on the back, on the second series, it had a Skeletron. So, what am I going to have? A custom Skeletron. Now, I surprised myself with this, because I know that I did buy a job lot a while back, and I've said about this in the last but one video, which had the custom card back Australian Jungle Fighter. I forgot I had this. And I don't know if any of you have been looking on eBay recently, but on eBay recently, custom card back Z-Force Minesweeper came up for sale with a custom card back Skeletron. And I forgot I had this one. So I was bidding on that Skeletron, and I was the second to last bidder and nearly won it. I was kind of gutted that I didn't win it. But obviously when I've got this box out today, I've realised that I've got one. So that then brings up something that I discussed in the other video, and I've actually carried on that discussion with a friend of the channel, Ollie Orkman, legend, who's always helping me out, always giving me encouragement, and also with another collector who we help each other out with figures about customs and about fakes. So if you saw in one of my other videos, had the Australian Jungle Fighter. It's original figures with original pieces, but you can see from the card back that it's not original. It's a thick card. There's a lot of things to distinct from it being an original. Well, this for starters, it never came on a card back, so most collectors would know, as we've been looking, it came as a mail away offer in a baggie. So we know this isn't legit, and from looking at the back, the print's bad, we just know it's not legit, which kind of raises the question about the ones that have been sold on eBay recently. The seller was selling them as originals, and again, as mentioned, I've been passing on some of the ones that I had, but I've been making sure that I'm notifying people that they are original figures with original weapons on custom card backs as gap fillers. So it does kind of raise up the question about, I don't want to say copies or fakes. Well, it is raising the question about copies or fakes, but also about custom ones. And the reason I'm kind of waffling on about this is because when I saw that other one for sale on eBay, and I didn't think I had one, I assumed it was from the same person that made all the ones I've got, and I assumed it was part of the same job lot. As it turns out that it wasn't that one, and I've got one as well. How many did he make? Did he make quite a few? So I'm actually going to do another video after this. I'm going to dig out the other customs that I've got available and kind of go through the differences of what they are as to what the originals are. There's a couple more things I could add to it, but I'm going to save that for the next video. But moving on to this, which is, you know, part of my collection, I just think it looks cool and it goes with the others. Yes, it isn't original because you wouldn't have got it on a card. And yes, you can buy it in a baggie, it'd be really expensive and you can just stand it with the others. But for it to be on display, stood with the other figures, and again, look at it, you can tell by the card. You can tell it's different. But to have it, like I say, on display with the others, I just think it'll look really cool. So for me to have to my collection, I'm really happy, even though you may have seen a video coming up with me having two if I would have won that other one. Thankfully, I didn't. So that's always good. So what we've got next, little Brucey bonus enemy battle gear. Now this, if you look at this, is actually incorrect. So the weapons that should come with it are listed there, and the weapon that has come with it, that bit there, should have been in the SAS weapons. So you've got the Uzi and the M60 rifle, I believe it is, which should have come in the pack of the SAS weapons. So although this is an enemy battle gear, it's a second wave release, we know, because of the details on the back. It's a packaging error, so it's a nice little one to have. But I do also have the actual proper one you should have. So this is the actual enemy battle gear with the correct weapons as identified there. Unpunched card, lovely condition, with the ever elusive SA-80, which was used for the Star Wars Snow Trooper in Germany, I believe. There was some kind of offer there. So there we go, and if you just look at the back, it's the same as the other one. But again, that's just nice to have, especially with the different ones that I collect. The differences there. So this has been a lot longer than what I expected it to be, and it is probably because I've got more figures than what I realised I actually had. But as always, just wanting to share them, just wanting to share the knowledge, just wanting to share the love, the passion. And if you've got anything to say, if you've got any comments, if you've got anything for sale that would potentially fill gaps or upgrade what I've got, please drop a message, send me a message. Again, yeah, just thank you for your time joining me. Much appreciated.